What were some of the top 10 songs the year that I was born? And what were some of my favorite songs from the year that I was born?
Your attention, please.
It was a year of a lot of political unrests, protests of all types, and a couple of assassinations of a couple prominent men. But it also featured a couple of popular movies like 2001 Space Odyssey
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon.
and Planet of the Apes,
Discover Planet of the Apes.
and some popular TV shows back then like Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In,
Very interesting.
Sock it to me.
The Beverly Hillbillies,
Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed.
and Bonanza. But I'm talking about some of the most popular songs the year I was born, and that was in 1968. So, why do I want to talk about that? Well, for me, I want to talk about some things that were significant growing up in my life. Some years that hold very special meaning to me. And so that's one of my new features for this channel is milestone years. And now I'm not going to necessarily be talking about just music all the time, but some significant events that happened while I was growing up. And as you get into these videos, you will see that there was a variety of events that happened while I was growing up. And so where were you during these significant years? And so without further ado, let me get into the 10 most popular songs of 1968. At number 10 is Tighten Up by Archie Bell and the Drells. Now, I never really heard this song much, but just listening to it a little bit, I do remember this song. At number 9 is Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Now, I remember this song. There was a movie out called The Graduate, and this song was loosely based on this movie with Dustin Hoffman in it. And Simon and Garfunkel was one of the artists that I remember listening to growing up because my mom had Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits album, and I was always loving listening to some of these songs like Bridge Over Troubled Water, Cecilia.
Bridge over troubled water. Celia, you're breaking my heart.
Songs like those. At number 8 is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly by Hugh Montenegro. Now, when you think of that song, well, you can think of none other than the Clint Eastwood movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and that special riff. Number 7 is This Guy's in Love with You by Herb Alpert.
This guy's in love with you.
And I was never really familiar with this song, so nothing significant about this song that brings back any memories for me. At number 6 is Sunshine of Your Love by Cream, and I loved this song.
In the sunshine of your love.
I don't remember hearing it as a child, but throughout my teenage years, that's when I really started listening to this song. And of course, that famous riff at the beginning and throughout the entire song of Sunshine of Your Love. And with the Cream members of Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, and Jack Bruce, that was just an outstanding trio at that time. At number 5 is People Gotta Be Free by the Rascals. Now, I vaguely remember this song and listening to it, and it was a decent song, but nothing significant about this song that I had, or no specific memories that I had growing up with this song. At number 4 is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding.
Sitting in the morning sun,
And I enjoyed this song.
sitting on the dock of the bay.
Of course, how can you forget the whistling part? I remember that song, and I liked it. It was a good song. At number 3 is Honey by Bobby Goldsboro.
And honey, I miss you.
Now, again, it's another one of those songs that I really don't remember. It's no memories of that. The number 2 song is Love is Blue by Paul Marriott. Let me just play this song real quick. You know what? I don't remember that. But it was the number 2 song for 1968. And the number 1 song, which I kind of had a love-hate liking to this song, was the Beatles' Hey Jude.
Hey Jude.
And what's significant about this song was when it was released and when it was number 1. Well, that was back in November, the month I was born. And it basically was the number 1 song of the year.
Hey Jude.
And the reason why I say that I kind of had a love-hate admiration for this song, well, it was because of growing up, listening to it. Now, it was good, but for me, just the ending of it, when they would do all the na na na, hey hey Jude, all that stuff. And it just drug on and on and on. Oh my word, that was just like, I hated it during my younger days, through my teenage and early 20 time period. But as I grew older, I appreciate it even more. And then seeing Paul McCartney sing it at the Super Bowl performance, and then him singing it again at the opening ceremonies of Hey Jude, and everybody all just gathering and singing along with the outro.
Singing, you sound so good tonight.
I kind of grew to enjoy it.
Welcome to London.
So those were the popular songs of 1968. Now, what are my favorite 5 songs of 1968? Now, some of the songs that were my favorite growing up then were not in the top 10 on the Billboard Top 100, but these were my favorites. And I'm looking at the list, and I had a hard time choosing 5, so you know what? I'm cheating. I'm going with 6. So, without further ado, these are my personal favorite 6 songs from the year that I was born, 1968. And the reason why I had to do this was because as I said earlier, with the mentioning of the Beatles' Hey Jude, I enjoy it now. And so, with that, at number 6 is the Beatles' Hey Jude.
Hey Jude.
At number 5 is sitting on the dock of the bay.
So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay.
It's a great song. It's in the top 5, top 6. At number 4 is Mrs. Robinson, Simon and Garfunkel.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
And again, I listened to Simon and Garfunkel growing up, because it was one of my mom's records that we would be playing. At number 3 is Hello, I Love You by The Doors.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name?
And I like The Doors a lot. I have some of their songs on my playlists. It's a great song, and it's been used in pop culture quite a bit. Most notably, Forrest Gump, when he was learning to play ping pong.
For some reason, ping pong came very natural to me.
Now, number 2 is Sunshine of Your Love by Cream.
I've been waiting so long.
It's a great song. It's my favorite. It's my second favorite song. So, what is my number 1 favorite song of 1968? Yes, none other than Born to Be Wild. I just love that song. Now, you could just say that I was not born to be wild. I was not, okay? I am not a guy that likes to do things crazy.
Looking for adventure.
That just was never my thing. If I did do some things that I shouldn't be doing, I always got caught. So that's why I never did those, adolescent things that kids would do. You name it. If I did it, I was going to get caught. And that's just not my nature either. Okay, normally I don't talk much. I'm not a conversation. I don't have the gift of gab. So, if you see my previous live streams that I've joined in other chats, usually other people are talking. I'm just sitting there. So you can say that, for Born to Be Wild, this is kind of my alter ego. Doing this YouTube is my alter ego. But it's an awesome song. I loved it. And it just was one of those significant songs as well. Because when he says heavy metal thunder, that was the first mention of the word heavy metal. That phrase, was introduced down the line in the type of music. And that's why we hear heavy metal music today. So that's my list as to my favorite songs of 1968. So, question is, what about you guys? What year were you born, and what was your favorite song the year that you were born? Please let me know down in the comments, and thank you for watching.